Alrighty. Hi, Rumble. How you guys doing today? Hi, YouTube. Hi, Twitch. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing today? Today is going to be a very fun episode, and I will be downloading this episode and editing it for those of you who don't know. And this is actually part of a very specific series. This is literally the start of the criminalization of marijuana series. And today's episode is actually called The First Commissioner, but we'll get to that in a minute as soon as I get our people in TikTok watching. What's up, TikTok? Alrighty, so you guys, today's episode is literally called The First Commissioner, and it's the first of 12 in the criminalization of marijuana series I am currently working on. Now, the focus of this episode is the rise of Harry J. Anslinger and the construction of the racialized drug war. Now, you're in Washington, D.C. in the 1930s. Night. The screen is black. We hear the sound of a heavy gravel text overlay prohibition. Oh no, actually, sorry, forget about all that. That's what has to go into my editing. In 1930, the Treasury Department faced a crisis. Prohibition was the lifeblood of federal law enforcement budgets. If alcohol was legalized, thousands of agents would be out of work. The bureaucracy needed a new enemy. Now, this is where the Treasury Department comes into play. It's daytime and a man sits behind a mahogany desk. That man's name is Harry Jacob Anslinger. He is bald and stern and meticulously dressed. He looks at a map of the United States. Now, I do have a direct quote from Harry Anslinger as to what he said in this. He actually did say something. And his exact quote was, "The increase in the use of marijuana is a matter of great concern. It is a drug that causes insanity, criminality, and death." But thank you, Bobra Vanderboo, for the advice. Now, Anslinger is surrounded by files on his desk. Is a bottle of cannabis tincture from a local pharmacy. He picks it up. It is legal. It is common. Now, initially, Anslinger was a skeptic. In 1929, he stated there was no more absurd falsity than the idea that marijuana made people violent. But by 1930, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, the FBN, was born, and Anslinger was his first commissioner. He needed a mission. Now, Anslinger was quoted, "There are 100,000 total marijuana smokers in the U.S." Now, keep in mind, everyone, these are direct quotes from Harry Anslinger. They do not share the opinions of the host or those involved in this podcast. I really don't want to say the exact quote. I'll be honest. But the focus of this episode is the rise of Harry J. Anslinger and the construction of a racially based drug war. No, I'm just going to censor it. There are 100,000 total marijuana smokers in the U.S. Most of them are Black, Spanish, Filipino, and entertainers. Their satanic music, jazz, swing result from marijuana use. Harry Anslinger. And yes, I will be putting a copy of this up there. A copy of this script up onto the podcast and the final source video. That way you can get it all in its uncensored purity. Bear with me. This is a very, very sensitive episode. And they don't get any better from this. Wah. Bye-bye, Osako. Now imagine a scene, a smoky jazz club in Harlem. The camera lingers on the musicians, then pans out to a white woman laughing in the corner. Harry Anslinger was directly quoted as saying, "This marijuana causes white women to seek sexual relations with black people, entertainers, and others." Remember, this was the 1930s, guys. To be more precise, 1935 to 1937. Now you're at the Texas-Mexican border in the 1930s. Now that's the Harry Anslinger. Now, like I was saying, you're at the Texas-Mexico border in the 1930s. It's day and a dust storm blows across the Rio Grande. Migrants are being searched by agents with wide-brimmed hats. To the scientific community, it was cannabis sativa. To the average American, it was an ingredient in their cougher. To Harry Anslinger, it was a name that sounded foreign. Oh, you mean, liquor, guns, boats, and television? I do love me a bottle of Jack. I do love me my tequila and my whiskeys. I do love me my guns. I do love go fishing on a boat. And I do love watching TV. And like I was saying, to Harry Anslinger, it needed a name that sounded foreign. Why? Because I don't share your, what was it again? Falsely woke ideology? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, Beverly Miller. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And you're going to be a Karen. And Karens get booted. Bye-bye, fake Christian. God, I hate trash like that. Don't you guys? Thank God I'm going to re-record this. Stupid Karens. I never got them barehanded drunk while drinking. Barehanded while drunk. No, I've never done that. Now, I have caught a fish by its asshole before. Yeah. That was an interesting catch. But let me get through this, guys. I really don't want to be on this all day. I'd rather just get on to different shit, so. Now, a dictionary entry. Now, there's a dictionary entry, the word cannabis is crossed out The word marijuana, spelled M-A-R-I-H-U-A-N-A, is circled in red. Now there is a FBN memo, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics memo flashes, is there. The primary reason to use the word marijuana is to associate the drug with the Mexican immigrants who are currently seen as a threat to American jobs during the Depression. Keep in mind, this was the 1930s, guys. Please keep that in mind. None of this has anything to do with me. Because Harry Anslinger decided to sit next to me today. Now, there's a propaganda machine. Newspapers fly off the rollers. The headlines are sensational: murder under the influence and the assassin of youth. Anslinger didn't work alone. He found an ally in William Randolph Hearst. Hearst's newspaper provided the platform. Anslinger provided the quote-unquote facts. Now, he does have a quote from the marijuana assassin of youth audio files. The addict loses all restraint. He becomes a wild beast. If he happens to have a knife or a gun, he will strike out blindly. This is the marijuana menace. Now, in 1930s in a courtroom, a prosecutor holds up a small bag of green herb. He targeted the most vulnerable. He focused on the fringe of society, the black jazz musicians and the Mexican laborers, building a narrative that the drug was the source of racial unrest. In 1937, in a congressional hearing room in Washington, D.C., the room is silent. Harry Anslinger stands at a podium ready to testify for the Marijuana Tax Act. A direct quote from Harry Anslinger: "Marijuana is the most violence-causing drug in the history of mankind." The American Medical Association objected. They realized too late that marijuana was actually the cannabis they used in their practice. But Anslinger had already won the war of words. Now, in the next episode, the Mexican Connection, how the Great Depression turned a medicinal plant into a tool for mass deportation. Now, I do believe President Truman was a president at the time, so you guys can actually find a lot of this stuff on where did I put that? Oh no, I put that on wrong. Actually, trumanlibrary.gov, actually. You can find a lot of that there. A lot of that information is available there, guys. Now, I was going to do a movie from the 1930s that was Harry Anslinger helped get done. It was one of his propaganda machines. But I unfortunately do not feel like looking it up right now, so that's funny. I got reported 50 times allegedly, and nothing has happened. I've only been on here 15 minutes. What the fuck? Wow. Well then. I honestly had nothing else planned. People just got me so hyped up trying to troll me that I just wanted to get it done, get that shit done and over with. Y'all want to watch a movie? We can watch a movie. I can find Reefer Madness. Unfortunately, this is a temporary studio. I'm actually trying to get the funds together to build a permanent studio with better lighting and better everything. But that's going to cost about $4,500, and I got to GoFundMe just for that right now. I do believe the link's in the bio. Thanks for the follow, Scrambles. Where is Reefer Madness at? You're telling me back when I was building studios and shit like that for other people, it was maybe $2,000. I go into Home Depot to go get one appraised based on base materials. So of course, I'm gonna concrete it down in the ground, make it stable. I'm gonna make it hurricane proof. I do live in a hurricane state. I'm gonna make it waterproof. Of course, I'm gonna do it right. Gotta last. Scott's got to work for 2 podcasts, but everything costs us too much. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to air this. I don't want to get in trouble, but I really do want to air this. It's a movie called Reefer Madness. Let's see.
Boys and girls are having a hop at the local soda fountain. Innocently they dance. Innocent of a new...
Let's see if I can restart this.
These high school boys and girls are having a hop at the local soda fountain. Innocently they dance. Innocent of a new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell. In this film, you will see the ease with which this vicious plant can be grown in your neighbor's yard, rolled into harmless-looking cigarettes, hidden in an innocent shoe or watch case.
If you want a quick smoke, try one of these.
You will meet Bill, who once took pride in his strong will as he takes the first step toward enslavement.
Of course, if you're afraid.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price. Debauchery, violence, murder, suicide, and the ultimate end of the marijuana addict. Hopeless insanity. See this important film now.
We are currently in the middle of doing stupid shit for this podcast.
Outsmart the market with Base 44 super agents. Set up in seconds.
I definitely think I'm going to a day where we are going to watch this Reefer Madness video. Huh? Oh, I thank you, Trippy Blendy. Alright, I'll do that later, man. Sorry about that. Someone's trying to get me spread out more on my streams. Which is good. I can definitely use that. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-watch this video. Guys. I am. I definitely think I need to pre-watch this before I even use it. But if y'all want to go ahead, it's only $8 on YouTube, so just look up Reefer Madness if y'all want to buy it, or you can even watch it for free. But I'm definitely going to pre-watch this, guys. I'm going to get off of here because I got to go and get ready to go watch this. Yes, I'm getting over to turn you guys off too. Yeah, let me take a picture of that real fast so that way I can do that. I can read that, so that's good. Alright, bye guys.